Hello, back again for another lesson in the quest to find the spirits inside. This is Diann Henry. I'm here with my brother, Steve Henry, and he is the guide along the journey to finding the spirits inside. Hello, how are you this morning?
I'm just great. And yourself?
I'm fine, thank you, fine.
Well, like I say, my thing is showing you, because we are a world full of individuals. The things that you and I are talking about right now, ain't nobody on the planet can see the way you do. Everyone who read it, it's gonna be me and them. Do you know why?
No.
Way over the world, a long ways away from you. And the reason why you can receive it, even though I talk real fast, I can't change it. You receive it because that's my window inside of you that you decipher what I'm saying. In other words, this way, it's got to be as slow as possible because you a school teacher, regardless of what subject, whatever study you're teaching, some gonna get it before you finish. Some of the students gonna come in normal. Some gonna drag a long time and some ain't gonna get it. You notice that?
Yep.
Okay, now, so if there's only one gate to the house, should I jump over it and just start in a new world? And I know where it is, or should I make it start with incremental steps so that the weakest among the crowd can eventually make it, considering you can never be with anyone else? But the thing about it, I found that when you come inside, you know, you'll see from this spot, there ain't no other spot inside of you, the spot is inside of you. You'll see everything, just like the numbers when you get them. But think about it, before you get the numbers, you don't even know they're there, right? Before you get the color blue, you don't even know it's there. Before you get to walking and talking, you don't even know it's there. It's just a blank hole. They start you to walking, it starts you by people assisting you, but you got to do it yourself. If you don't, you can't see it. How are you going to use it? It's just like with the children. If you show them the things inside, regardless of what, the child have autism, anything, but they can walk and talk. And as though, if you can show them the things inside without bringing them out to the world, it's the inside things that give life. Can't nothing out in the world change. Everything you see out in the world, it was brought from inside of here where you and I are talking, inside of that gospel truth of Christ. Everything you see, it was brought from inside here and put out there. It can't move. It can't change. It can't come again because the tape is unfolding. It's just like this thing that we got on videotapes. I know it's going to unfold if you go to the beginning and come, but I got it broke down so everybody can come. But some can hurry up and come up it because we all are different characters. We spread out going different ways. But for the ones, let's say if you got there fast, you're getting ahead of it, but there's a remedy for that. I don't care what it is you're going to do. You got to start from nothing. You ain't going to go over to the numbers and take a few letters and over there with you. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you got your greatest thing and you know you got it, it's when you don't have nothing. As long as you believe something might be all right over here or might come around the corner, what do you think gonna happen? You ain't gonna see nothing. You trapped inside of your own mind. Ain't nobody got no power over you. No one got nothing here for you. Every person, place, or thing that's actually in creation is yours on the inside of you. Think about it. I can say the Mars rover and the little helicopter on it in Mars back last year. Then I can go back to 1971, 72 when they had the moon dune buggy on the moon with the astronauts. Now, I was there. You heard it. You Google it, you see exactly what I was seeing all the time. And when I was talking to Mars, you was there with me in the drift. But if you look at the thing, you'll see exactly what I was looking at. Then if you look back in 19, what I said, the dune buggy in 1971, 72, it's just like the numbers. Once you see it all. I'm nowhere in this spot here. I'm way down there on the other side of everything. But in order for me to make the pathway, can I do it on the other side of everything? You can't see none of the thing that Jeff Bezos is doing. He's on the opposite end of the spectrum of all the things. And right now, we back in Moses' days because you still mentioning Moses, right? Do you think he can come outside himself and go find somebody's Moses? Those things is out there. Everybody come. They got their own. You have to go through your own city inside of you. Your own Abraham, your own Jesus. It's just like these things, but you don't go through none of them. That's why we put in this gospel truth of Christ, the tree of life, the circle with the 144,000 characters. Ain't nothing else. You can't make nothing. That's your illusion. You think you can make something. It don't work that way. If you can make something, would you have to make all of it?
Yeah.
Now, you think you can make the numbers?
No.
They all tie together. Everything you see, never part of it. And you think you can make one?
No.
And if you had to make one, you got to make them all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're gonna come in the dark. In other words, you can look out there and see light, but that's all you're gonna see. You ain't gonna recognize that. But one by one, as people point out objects to you, if it's inside of you, boom, so like take a picture. It's a copy. The shadow in the copy. The shadow is the one inside, and the copy is out in the world. And when they see it, it rests. You don't never have to think about it. Like number 87, you ain't got to worry where it go, right? You ever got to try to find where 87 fit?
No.
About 87 billion and 13. Anybody got to try to find where it fit?
Mm-mm.
A single soul practice it. And the math can't lie, right?
Right.
Okay, now so if a person wanted to do something, what they got to do if they ain't never done it before? Because everything that you practice, you're gonna get good at it whether you intend to or not. You agree?
Yeah.
You practice it. You got to think about it. Your body just trained to it and just do it blindly. But if you don't practice it, what's gonna happen? It's gonna vanish away. Because the reason why, you know why it vanished? Because the timeline, it keep ticking forward. So the longer it tick, the dimmer and dimmer the things you don't touch get until it closes up. The reason why, that's what happens. If you don't find yourself, if you don't do like painting or drawing, doing something from inside of you out when you're a child, your window gonna close. Then you got to work all your life. Once the window closes, it can't be reopened. When you get so far away from it without using it, what do you think happens? That distance gonna make it fade away. But if it's in your gift, otherwise you got to bring a specific gift because you won't want to bring one if somebody got the same thing, right?
Right.
You bring the telephone to the world and they got one before you. You know, you kind of like brought the next generation, right? You got to follow his, right? Because he brought it first. So, okay, well, anyway, if you don't bring it, the next generation gonna bring it. That's why you window close. So it's a spirit. When you wake up in the hospital or wherever, and they spank you, that's when the spirit in it. You know, all that old shit they going on that with the courts and there ain't nothing, none of that. Ain't none of y'all bodies worth a damn out there in the world. Not a single one. You out in the world. Everyone out in the world is one who don't have his window open and you can look out and see it. In other words, like I see in that thing in 1971, 72, the moon buggies, they're happening all the time. Google it and see. They never start working. They just started doing the same, bouncing around and doing the same thing. Just like the Mars rope, Google and see. It's doing it all the time. They're always gonna be that way forever. It can't ever change. If I don't show you the things I see and show you what I see that you know, we're gonna get anywhere.
Nope.
If I come out and talk about the things that me and you already got in common, is we gonna get anywhere?
Nope.
Okay, now, but you get things brighter and brighter by what? Introducing a little different A little different, but you got to do it at a pace for other people to see it too. It don't matter what nobody say, it's what you do. Somebody say they're gonna help you do something. That's about like the parable of with the man and the two sons, with the lawyer and the doctor. You know, the lawyer gave him hell, but he wouldn't done it, right? And then the one was so nice, the doctor, he didn't do it. That's why I tell you, you always know who's drawn by God when you ask them to do something and they do it. If they don't do it, I don't care who it is. What do you think that means?
That means they're not drawn.
When things get to opening up for you, it's better to go ahead and get them. Because if you find this spot and die, you come into this spot. If you die without finding the spot, how you gonna get close to it? I mean, you got to find it. You got to find it without me. Once you find it without me, that's called adoption. It's like a alphabet. You don't have them. I come and show you A, B, C, D, R, then you practice. You come back and you got them by yourself, right? When you got them by yourself, you can go in anytime you want, right? That's the adoption. Anything, it's like a blue. When you first see the blue, you have to confirm. Once you confirm it, maybe not that time, but maybe the next time, and it sits in that spot. You can go yourself, but you can't see it otherwise. You can't see the colors till you know where they are inside of it. That's why we all see it different on the inside. In other words, the blue can be right there in your eyes. If you ain't in that right spot on the inside, you can't see it. Once you see it in that spot, it's blue everywhere. And you trace something anywhere, you'll see it. I don't believe y'all didn't pay that no attention when you come up. Because everything when you come up got to be inside of you, but I see the difference though. I didn't go to that school thing, and the school is what changed for all my children. I begged them not to go, but they went anyway. You know, and knowing I can do things without going to school, they do the same thing with the children now. I beg them, call me when they heard from the child at 21. He done learned the world. Everything in creation belongs to each individual. Ain't nothing nobody else got can belong to you. All that's out in the world. We are passing through the world. Anything you don't pass through on a journey, you don't complete the journey, right? You passing through out there. You can't make your home out there. And if your home out there, where did you make it? If you come to the inside, you got many homes like Jeff Bezos and well, everybody, Michael Jackson or whatever. When you bring the thing inside, that's doing the will of God first, and everything else will be given to you. Because you shine the light to your window. That's what we're here for. We all got something different. But you can't bring nothing different from over here. The only thing here got to be found what's in, you got to start inside of this, well, at this level. It's not originating here, it's tagging on to something that's been going on since the beginning of time. Nothing can start new. Everything's been going on the whole time. But you can't recognize the things going on until you find them from inside of you. But inside of this spot, you see all of them. Inside of you, you see the whole thing, everything. But you ain't gonna see it being outside this spot. It ain't my spot. It's everybody's spot. It's the ones that get to it, the ones who can get there, the ones who can go the furthest. He gonna have the most light, right? The one that learned to walk and talk on is what he got. What he got in this world? Just the world of walking and talking. He can't do math, he can't color, he can't play, what can he do? But the more things he get, look at, and when they leave all the way from home and going out to Hollywood and good places they go out, they just keep going, right? They see all those things when they left you and they've been steadily going. Now, who held you back?
Held yourself back.
Can't nobody hold you back in your mind.
Oh.
The ears and tell you something. The ears tell you, hey, don't go, stay here with me. Look what's gonna come after we die. I can't really go with that because I see the ones who don't stay there. I've been seeing them all my life going on out there and going into the history books. And I look back, where's it damn? said, damn, I don't want to go without my family. Been there all my life. I got every damn thing, and they know it. I take them out there and build castles. Hey, look, just let me show you one time. Start A, B, C, D. It won't change. I seen this and I seen that. What's gonna happen there? You ain't gonna do nothing that way. Because you don't have it. How you gonna know how to do it? How you gonna talk about it? When you talk about it, you're talking about something, you gotta talk about what you already know. It's impossible to talk what you don't know, how you see it. But you don't know it, so how you got yourself all in a mess? If you think about it, you gotta think about something you already know. So how are you gonna think about something and then go find it? That's why the thing says you got to come like a baby. Because if you already know something or you already got something, you don't have it. So you won't be able to see the beginning. So how you gonna get anywhere? Ain't nobody in there but who?
You.
And if you don't learn to drive a car inside there, who that gonna take?
You. Okay, you
Okay,
got
nobody in.
about 5 minutes.
Okay, let's see what we're gonna do. Let's go to Matthew 12. Look, all these things, when they go there, they ain't there but one time. And you have to do them from, well, we don't went through the characters. All the characters are different. With me and you talking, whoever you are, it's just me and you. That's your character. You don't want to see it. When you start talking, the type of people that follow you, or those with ears to hear you, they can't hear me. That person that, that ain't that. When you, like that last graph I put up there, when you see something, inside of you, it can't change. That's the thing you got to show to somebody else so you can get the other one. Because the thing, when you show it to them, the alphabet, that's when it shows you the vowels, what they respond with is the vowels. And when they go together, they make the syllables, right?
Want to see that graph?
Huh?
You want to see that graph?
Yeah, no, we out of time. Don't worry about it. We get it later. Here you go. The graph is there. But anyway, so anytime you start to swap, when those three go together, make the syllable, it makes one. By the three going together, they make the words. And when they come together to be equal to what's there, then it goes on up to the next step, will be the words, right? They just keep repeating the cycle. Keep repeating the cycle. It ain't nothing as long as you think it is. Just like them 10 numbers, that space, and the punctuation, it just keep repeating that cycle. Keep repeating it, jumping over to the end, jumping over to the end. And it just keep going forever, it won't never stop. It's the same way with everything. But once you find it, once you see it, it's like right now is the only time you can live in. Right now, where you are, I don't care what time it is, it could be 100 centuries from now. When it's in you, and I'm speaking here, it's coming from right now. You know why I say that?
No.
In order for me to put it, you only can do something right now, right?
Yeah.
And every time there, remember the 1971, 72 Bloomberg, I said Google and see what I was talking about. Right now, that's happening. Remember, I said go to Google, it's happening right now. The thing last year with the little room is happening right now. Right now is all, it's this here is coming from right now. When it passed through hands, it didn't come from right now. Everything is happening right now. The Flint Rock fire is burning right now. So if you bring it again, did you accomplish something? Even though we can say, Siri, turn on the blue light, the yellow light, the hundreds of thousands of different steps. But right now they happen. You get me?
I don't think so.
Yeah, but if you dealing in something on the outside from yesterday, you'll always from 5 minutes ago. It ain't gonna be right now no more. Because where it's outside. The tape is making the trail as it go forward. Where it was yesterday, it'll never be again. You know, the matter from heaven, it's all right now, it's all there. Everything is there right now. The kingdom of heaven is inside of you right now. And once you find it, it's always gonna be what time?
Right now.
And if you find it right now, what are you gonna have? But if you try to find it, not now. Walk away from the thing right now and go outside that door and look for it. What you gonna find? Go outside that room. Just turn the computer off and see where you're gonna be. Everything you see been there. You ain't gonna see nothing new. How? You stand in the middle of the hole looking for something new. You have to let that shed. If you don't, it's gonna be right there when you come back. Your enemy is your mind. Your mind is holding on to something. You can't be bounded by what you got. You got to break it loose from that because you're the only one there. It ain't going nowhere. But if you stay inside that room, you can't go outside. But you go out and explore all you want to and go back, it's going to seem, damn, it's kind of crazy to sit over there when I look over there. Because you increase by going away from where you are, not by staying there. You never increase where you are. Matthew 12, we're getting close.
Yep, we're there.
You need to come up with some kind of key. Well, you did. You tell me.
Thank you.
I'm in
okay, I'm just glad you recognized it.
You know what? I'm gone.
All right.
Peace.
Chapter 12. At that time, Jesus went on the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were an hungered, and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day. But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was an hungered, and they that were with him, how he entered into the house of God, and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests? Or have ye not read in the law, how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath, and are blameless? But I say unto you, that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, ye would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue. And behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days? That they might accuse him. And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out? How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days. Then saith he to the man, Stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole like as the other. And the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. But when Jesus knew it, he withdrew himself from thence, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all, and charged them that they should not make him known, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Behold my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory. And in his name shall the Gentiles trust. Then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb. And he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. And all the people were amazed and said, Is not this the son of David? And when the Pharisees heard it, they said, This fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. And Jesus knew their thoughts, and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come unto you. Or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Ghost shall not be forgiven unto men. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Ghost, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world, neither in the world to come. Either make the tree good, and his fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt, and his fruit corrupt. For the tree is known by his fruit. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonas, and behold, a greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, for she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. And behold, a greater than Solomon is here. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into the house from whence I came out, and when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother? And who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, Behold my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
Okay, thank you. We will see you again soon.